We all know social media can be distracting for younger minds. We've seen school systems statewide change their policies to comply with new regulations. But one country is taking things a step further. Ashley Knight is here to explain.
Regina, Australia has become the first country in the world to pass a social media ban for those under the age of 16. This as a similar piece of legislation is about to take effect next year in the Commonwealth. The ban was passed by Australian government in November and has already taken effect. Some in the U.S. agree with the measure.
I replaced the word ban with protection. It seems very extreme, right? When you're banning people from having what we as citizens in any country would seem to be, our rights to do this, that, and the other thing.
But he says these countries are trying to protect their youth in a time when parents don't see enough being done by social media platforms. Gonzalez argues they have a greater effect on younger minds, while older people have the awareness and wherewithal to turn away from something harmful. A less experienced mind is drawn in.
There's that real world aspect of cyberbullying and harassment and things like that. They're not all the time savvy to how to turn those things off, how to turn their brain off to those things, how to make right decisions. They're young-minded. They still have a lot of learning to do.
He says the younger generation also lacks knowledge of social protocols and how to spot red flags before a scammer strikes.
And in fact, a lot of times they land up digging themselves a bigger hole because they don't know what to do. And then they land up doing what the sextortionists want, what the people who are bullying them and harassing them want. They do those things versus telling an adult, telling a trusted friend.
The average child aged 13 to 19 spends 5 hours online. In his video message to school students, Australia's Prime Minister urges reading, learning a new sport, or spending more time with family.
At the end of the day, what it boils down to is young people being exposed to content online that they probably shouldn't have any business being exposed to.
Now, in May of 2025, Virginia Senate Bill 854 was enacted, requiring social media platforms to verify those under the age of 16, limit their usage to 1 hour a day, and to get parents' consent to increase that time. That bill will take effect January 1st, 2026. And meanwhile, a U.S. Senate committee today held a hearing on protecting kids online. Sextortion was the focus, examining the new ways predators are targeting children. Senators Chuck Grassley and Dick Durbin introduced new bills to specifically address online sextortion and to update sentencing guidelines. There are several other bills addressing social media and children. Senator Lindsey Graham is calling for the Senate to spend a week working on those bills and potentially voting on one big package.